Today is October 19th, 2023. Alright. Yesterday, another human trafficker showed up. One of the main guys. Another one. Said something shitty. See, they're still here from Florida. They're still here. The guys I have watched her. At least she knows what a good work ethic is and how to make money. See, that's one of the things with the drug dealer. She tries to leave Dave. She'll work for every dime she has. And we'll make sure she has nothing. Okay? See, if you were a cop or a vet, see, you wouldn't, well, dear God, they're just acting stupid. Dave and I talked about me working for loan companies, banks, working 2 jobs, working factory job, working Walmart, stocking at night. Me taking 2 years and helping him fix his credit, and then the last year fixing up the house and then selling it, and then spending the whole summer working on cleaning up the backyard and the yard up front and fixing up that house. Huh? Where we just bought. Do you know was it 2 or 3 years before we bought that house? His credit was so bad. He couldn't get approved for $100,000 house. Took me months of paying off little bills, more bills that get his credit debt down. And his credit went high enough, he got approved for $200,000. Worked with a loan company to get everything under control of, you need to pay so many bills off, and then writing letters into the credit bureaus and faxing them for them to fix it. See what I mean? He wouldn't have that house if I didn't do it. He's been stuck at Lennox. Huh? Me talking him into getting that second job. I went and worked at the loan company again and helped pay off the loan we had for Josh to get that house. Huh? And then pay off a bunch of stuff. See what I mean? See what I mean? Another human trafficker. Oh, I remember him saying he was part of the Florida group. Now, I'll tell you what, people scattered. When I was laying in my house was bugged, they sold the log, and all the cops knew they sold it. Okay? Now, we're going to put it this way. I want people to think about this. You're at home, in your own private home. Own private home. You wake up, run in the bathroom, throwing up. Get where you're not so sick. Where did I bang my arm? I have a headache, you're almost passing out. I think you got the flu real bad. Takes you a day or 2 to get over it. And then it happens again the next week. Now you got a personal infection. You got more marks. And you're like, do I have some kind of autoimmune? Do I have cancer? Do I have some kind of weird virus? Go to the doctor. Treats the symptoms because they don't know what's happening. Because why would you think somebody would break in your home, drug you up, beat and rape you? And here, some sexual predator, some serial rapist has broken your home, set up monitoring cameras, been watching you in the shower, taping your whole family, including kids, using the bathroom. Then they were taping you in the shower. He's selling you on porn sites, some serial rapist. He's watching you and your husband in bed and taping it and selling you on porn sites. He's planning on extorting money from you. And here, where he had been bruising, leaving you that sick, he had drugged you up and told you to say something. And then thinking he could do a sextortion scheme of doing that and then clicking and pasting a shower scene, a washing in the other room. And he's going to try to extort money out of you. Okay? And you have no idea, but you have the symptoms of being drugged, beat, and raped. And because it's happening in your home, okay? Nobody's putting it together, including the doctor. And it keeps happening that some serial rapist is breaking in, drugging you, beating, and raping you. Okay? So, you realize how scary sick that is. You can't hire someone to take somebody's constitutional rights away. FBI are just police officers. They're no higher than the local police. It's right on Google. Okay? They're just another police station. A police office, like Secret Service, Marshal. They're all cops. They're all equivalent. They're all equivalent. It's right on Google. Googled it, Googled it, screenshot it, and then I put it on my Facebook. I Googled it, screenshot it, and put it on my Facebook. Right on there. Is the FBI higher than a police officer? It says no. They are not submittable. They can only assist. Okay? Got it? They can only assist. Okay? Got it? Got it. That's where the other officers out of this area that I'm friends with are your local police low. They should have arrested that agent that first day and that retired Georgie. They can't do any of this. You can't take somebody's right to privacy away. My friend from the Stark County Prosecutor's Office, it's a big fraud scheme. Okay? You can't be in somebody's home. Photoshopping and washing scenes, clicking and pasting, date rape drugs, you're sleepwalking. They lied they had sodium pentothal reports, then laughed at people. They made fun of the FBI. June 7th, 23 in Walmart 62 by the front bathrooms, about 10, 11 in the morning. Lighthouse Tabernacle, how they fooled him, basically gave him the finger, mocked him, and made a public display, sold videos of them mocking the feds. They've talked about it clear up in Akron. Huh? Fairlawn. Get the idea? Get the idea. They sold the video of them mocking FBI agent John. Now, with his own confession, now, the night before I called him back, he was at Apostolic Church, telling on me before I called him back, the agent that returned my phone call. It's verified by officers, where I told him on a recorded line the next morning, someone told on me before I called him back. So where I called the hotline, they drugged me up so bad I couldn't get out of bed. And then the third day I made myself get up and I'm holding my head on the front porch. What's wrong with me? I feel drunk. And I don't drink. That's a sign of being roofied. You're sleepwalking. Okay? Had to get enough air in my face, call Sarah, because I had 3 witnesses of them saying that it would have been them trying to kill me. See if she'll witness for me, go out and get her card, where that agent left a voicemail, put his number in, went down, dropped off the mall, go up to Apostolic Church of Barberton. He's there and Paymer's yelling at Dave about him in front of everybody. Dave told Danny when I walked off, he talked to him. Officers in uniform were up there working security, seen him. It was the agent that called me back. I was up in Medina over the summer. It is what's going on. Some guy told on her before she called back. With his own confession of mocking me on a recorded line. He talked to Dave. Dave said he hired Pete on his own. This guy is such a dirty cop, and I mean dirty, dirty cop, making fun of a rape victim that some guy's scamming. Some guy's scamming. And instead of him arresting Dave for hiring a rapist, he laughed at the victim how she's being scammed and she didn't know on a recorded line. It's that sick, that dirty cop. I told him someone told on me and called me a liar. He didn't want the name of the church. He didn't want to say, my God, how would they find out? Does someone have your house box? Because I'll get him. Right? Because that'd be logical. Right? With his own confession of mocking me, he had been in contact with Dave. With his own mocking. His own mocking. I tell him about the guy that threatened to knife me, calls me a lie. I told him he tried to kidnap me. Terry let me tape her with her permission. She's seen him. He's called me a liar, threatened to arrest me if I didn't say I was lying, if I didn't know if there was a camera above the bench. Screamed at me till it's like 5-1 over. Giggles at me. Now you say you were faking your sick. It was a medication error. Documented in 2002. Medical malpractice. And it was documented some other woman was using my insurance too for years. So where it's a documented medication error, medical malpractice, false diagnoses, huh? And they almost killed me. He would know that. Got it. He knew that. Strange made it up when he thought I caught his kid in adultery. Huh? Huh? And it was my sister Linda, his wife. My sister Linda's married to Strange's son. She followed her husband around with his mistress, stupidest thing on earth. She got caught, and they thought it was me. So he made up that lie. In October. Got well in July. Huh? Exactly. I got caught following them. I think they thought it was you. I'm sorry. That agent going along with religious heresy. Of a minister making up a lie they don't know jack shit to cover up his son's adultery. Who did he talk to? The only one made it up was Strange. So he talked to Strange. You say your finger's sick, I won't help you, hear me? Whatever. If they hadn't been drugging me up so bad I couldn't move, I would have been able to think fast enough to hang up on him and call the hotline. He would have been arrested and fired the first day. For badgering and obstruction. Alright? Then he giggles at me. Why would the FBI help a person like you? They're going to try to kill me. So? It's a sworn duty. You can't say so that someone's... Oh, people are trying to kill. They've tried to kill me. So, give me a real reason. Then the other guy, because it's Will and John, yells out. And Akron PD thinks it was FBI agent John doing this. They were both in it together, stealing from victims. Dirty cops, think of this. Making fun of a rape victim. Well, we could always use Pete's tape of weird with yourself before. So what did they just say? It's a shower scene done on purpose to make me look weird. They confessed me 26, 22, and my phone's tapped. They already told a bunch of people. The cops already recorded them. They had admitted it in 21. They put the shower scene in the other room. And then March 2nd to the 3rd, 21, yeah, they photoshopped it. They've told people for years that they told people in 19 they were photoshopping feminine white bees above the toilet in the other room to make me look weird. There's supposed to be all kinds of weird things in stocking tapes of them photoshopping. So what did he just say? He knew I was being taped before. He knew I was being stopped. Dave told Danny Hire beat on his own, his girlfriend's dad. So he talked to Dave, right? With his own confession that he's framing me. And laughing at the rape victim that had been covered with bruises, throwing up, heart racing, and almost passing out in a severe swollen personal infection. And the doctor's not even putting it together. I want you to think about that. A cop's laughing at a rape victim that's being scammed. Like my friend from the prosecutor's office is a fraud scheme. They can't do that. And he's laughing at a rape victim. He's such a dirty cop. Then they yell out Pete something else, and I've still never talked to Pete. Okay? And the guy's giggling stops. You don't know. They're laughing how I'm being framed by this man, Pete. And I don't even know who he is. My rapist. That's how dirty our cops they are. Give me a real reason why my brother-in-law died working for the government. Explain it. Well, I can take you somewhere and leave you. I don't have money to start. Well, I can open an informant program. Okay? The money, the immunity, even when you tell, I'll pull you out if it gets too bad, you have the money to live on. Even when you tell, and you'll have the immunity for life, and then threaten me to listen to me crazy. If I told, I think they thought if they bullied me enough, they'd open the account, steal the money, and I'd be too afraid to tell on them. These people have publicly humiliated me, publicly human trafficked me, publicly raped and tortured me, publicly crushed my skull in, and publicly almost murdered me. They sold the login. Where the cops said, we heard all those people say they work for the king. You know that guy saying stuff. He works for the fentanyl king. For we work for the king from Texas. Like the cops said, Karen solved her own case. Where they all said the king brought them here. And he was a king from Texas. Who's a drug lord? That's a king from Texas. He's a fentanyl king. He is a dark web malware guy. Huh? This is child's play. And a fentanyl king that had connections across the nation. And he brought him here to kill Ohioans. And they made a public rape, public human trafficker of a Jewish descent woman. That's where all the Jewish slang of that stupid Hebrew girl, that stupid Jewish girl, she thinks she can open her mouth and tell him what we're doing here. Because he's from Iraq. Got it? Like the cop said, Karen solved her own case. All those people said they worked for that king from Texas. We've seen them from the Texas people to Florida, California. They all worked for the king. They were talking about Hartville, North Canton. They all said they worked from that king from Texas. And they said he was Iraqi. And he was the one having them do it to me. That was an act of terrorism. You know how they talk about sleeper cells? People waiting to have people attacking U.S. citizens attack others. Oh, do you know how many thousands of children have died over the last 5 years? Because they announced they were human traffickers. I want you to think about that. And those agents confessed they talked to Strange and Dave on a recorded line. They sold the video of those agents mocking me. Like they said the FBI made fun of her for being human trafficked. The FBI made fun of her for being drug, beat, and raped because they were drugging her. She didn't understand what was happening to her. Neither did the doctor. Because who would think some sexual predator was doing that to her in her home? See, that's where alliance, some sexual predator did this to her. People have called him a serial rapist. They should have been arrested the first day. I like my money, FBI. I was offered $5,000 a month. Sheriffs and marshals used the case out of this area, got 800 bad guys connected to him. It was a nationwide case. Pulled the case, you got Dave working with him, bringing those demons of hell here, like the kids in Hartville. We all know they said they worked for that king from Texas. The Apostolics brought the Iraqis here, the Iraqi guy here to have them do all that stuff to her and hurt everyone here. It was those apostolic people bringing them. Now the question is, what does Savannah's boyfriend, Big and Drug, have anything to do with it? Kaylee's question. Well, you know, Savannah's boyfriend, or her baby daddy, basically, her ex-boyfriend, was big in drugs. What does that have to do with anything? Did he set Dave up with the fentanyl king, or did Dave Google him on the web itself? Okay? Look up all that. And anything can be photoshopped. Just clicking and pasting. My neighbor, his son edits movies. He does it on his phone that you watch on TV. He can change your clothes. He can make you naked. He can make you do something. Everything's digital. He can do over the words. He said he could do all that. Shower scenes, just clicking and pasting. Washing. That was done on purpose. And where the police officers out of this area that I talked to about this is your local police law. They knew they could do that years